Saddleback Educational Publishing's Tales from the Sea. The sun is setting over the sea. A man walks along the beach. Friends are with him. Just ahead, a woman lies on the sand. She looks normal. Then she gets up. Green scales flash. The woman dives into the water. "Did you see that?" the man cries. "She had a tail." His friends nod. They saw it too. The woman is gone now. Was she real? In 2009, this was a news story. It came from Israel. People saw something. They said it was a mermaid. The town wanted a photo. It offered a reward. Many visitors came. They hoped to get the money, but nobody saw her again. There is no physical proof of mermaids. Still, people wonder about them. Many animals live in oceans. Some are easy to see. Whales jump. Fish swim near the shore. Sea lions sit on rocks. But oceans are vast and deep. Much has not been studied. Experts are mapping the sea floor. Less than 1/5 is done. The sea has always been a mystery. This has led to stories. Some are old. They tell of strange creatures. Are these real? No one knows. Still, the stories have been passed down. Many are told today. One story is ancient. It's called the Odyssey. A Greek man wrote it. His name was Homer. Odysseus is the hero. He sails the seas with his men. They want to get home. Along the way, they see strange animals. One has a woman's head. Its body is a bird. This is a siren. There is an island in the story. Odysseus must go by it. He is warned. Sirens live there. Their song is beautiful, but it's deadly. Men hear it from their ships. The song grips them. It pulls them to shore. Then there is trouble. Some drown. Others are eaten. None survive. Odysseus wants to hear the song. He makes a plan. His men put wax in their ears. Then they tie Odysseus to the ship's mast. The ship passes the island. Odysseus hears the sirens. Their song calls to him, but he's tied up. His men can't hear. That is how they escape. Sirens are in other old stories. They are said to be beautiful, yet they are dangerous. In a way, the sea is like this. People must be careful. Long ago, men went out to sea. Many did not come back. There were storms. Ships got lost. They hit rocks. Then they sank. People at home waited. No one knew what happened. Stories helped them explain. These could be warnings, too. Over time, sea stories changed. Some had another creature. It has a person's body. Instead of legs, there is a tail. This helps it swim. The women are mermaids. There are also mermen. These creatures are like sirens. They are pretty, but they can bring bad luck. Stories connect them with death. A sailor might see one. He wants to get closer. Then his ship hits a rock. It sinks. Catching one could be bad too. Storms would come. Mermaids have a long history. Cave drawings were found. These are more than 6,000 years old. Some show people. They have fish tails. Ancient people had gods. A few were half fish. They were said to live in the sea. One was Triton. Greek stories talk about him. He blew into a seashell. This calmed the sea. It could make big waves, too. Time passed. People wrote about the creatures. Many thought they were real. There are books from the Middle Ages. These show animals. Whales and fish are in them. Mermaids are too. A story spread in Holland. This was in the 1400s. It was about a mermaid. Girls found her in a lake. They took her home. At the same time, men were exploring. They sailed the world. One was Christopher Columbus. In 1493, he spotted something. It looked like a mermaid. He had heard they were pretty. This one was not. By the 1700s, ideas were changing. Science was taking hold. There was no proof of mermaids. They might be a myth. Still, people told stories. Were mermaids real? Nobody was sure. Then a man said he had proof. His name was P.T. Barnum. He put on shows. Strange creatures were in them. Barnum said he had a mermaid. It would be at his show. This was in 1842. Newspapers ran ads. These showed a beautiful woman. She was half fish. People came to the show. They got a surprise. The creature was not alive. It had a monkey's body. A fishtail was sewn to it. The mermaid was fake, but some thought it was real. Big crowds came. Other shows copied Barnum. These were popular for years. Belief in mermaids was strong. It went on for a long time. There were a few reasons. One was an old idea. People thought animals had matches. For every land animal, there was a sea one. Mermaids fit into this. They were the people of the sea. Sailor stories were another reason. At sea, men spotted animals. It might be dark. Waters could be rough. Sea animals were strange. Some looked like women. They swam like fish. Were these mermaids? That is what the men thought then. Experts today don't think so. They say the men saw other animals. Manatees are one guess. Another name for them is sea cows. These have tails. This may be what Columbus saw. Sea cows swim near shore. Rocks are there too. Men might have seen the animals. Then their ships hit the rocks. It seemed like bad luck. There is another sea creature. It's in stories from Scotland. This is the selkie. In the water, it's a seal. But this is just a skin. The selkie can take it off. On land, it looks human. The story might go like this. A selkie comes on shore to play. Her skin is hidden under a rock. She meets a man. They get along well. He spots her skin. When she isn't looking, he takes it. Now she can't go back to sea. Time passes. The pair fall in love. They marry and have children. The selkie loves her family, but she wishes to go back to the water. One day, she looks in a closet. A bag is there. It's on the top shelf. Her skin is inside. She grabs the skin and runs to the sea. Then she puts it on and gets in the water. Nobody sees her again. Often, these stories are sad. Selkies are not like mermaids. They are more like people. There may be a reason. These tales come from islands. People lived by the water. Most fished. Sea animals were part of life. Selkie stories are very old. No one knows why they started. There is an idea. Settlers came to the islands. Natives were there. They wore fur. Their hair was black. Maybe some looked like seals. Many married settlers. This didn't always go well. Some women felt forced into it. Then they wanted to run away. For ages, there have been stories about the sea. Sirens sing. Men see mermaids. Selkies play on the shore. These creatures seem real, but there is no proof they are. Still, people want to know more. It was 2012. There was a TV special. Experts looked for mermaids. They said they found proof. All of it was made up. Still, many thought it was real. Others were not sure. A few weeks later, a message came out. The National Ocean Service wrote it. It said, "Mermaids are not real." What do you think? The sea is still full of secrets. People continue to explore it. One day, the mysteries may be solved. Until then, they live on in stories.